So I'm going to do some miso mushrooms. It's really simple. Adrian, I'm going to get you to start microplaning. I've got 2 garlic cloves. Now, I love to use miso. There's different types of miso to use. There's a darker miso, which I think works better with the mushrooms because it's quite rich in it. It's really quite full-bodied as well. So what you do is pop your miso straight into here.
Oh, yeah.
And the other thing also to do is to, I probably should have got a spoon. Adrian, I'll get you to pass me a little spoon.
Sure, a little spoon would be fun. I was looking at you thinking, how are you going to get that big whisk into that but I didn't want to say anything.
Practicality, Zoe. Think of the details. And then I always find that what helps a little bit is just a little bit of warm water. So I've got about 1/4 of a cup here, but don't think I'm going to use all of that. Thanks,
I'll put the paste straight in there. It's
yeah,
amazing.
please.
The microplane makes the garlic a nice paste, isn't it?
It really helps to mix the whole consistency through. Don't need much more than that.
I'll chop these for you.
So you can pretty much use any herb. I've got chives today. Garlic chives also work really well. Your coriander. The only thing I don't like to use is the basil. And if you are going to chop the herbs, they need to be chopped finely. That's the key thing. A little bit of sesame oil. Beautiful, rich flavour of the sesames. Yeah.
It's smelling really good already.
Oh, it's nice.
Now, if you had the lighter miso, you could use that if you wanted to, but you just prefer the darker one for this.
I think they say that at different times of year we're meant to use miso. The darker miso is sort of more for those richer winter months, quite warming. But I think flavour is what sort of dictates when we should be using the different types of miso. A little bit of honey in there as well, which you'll be happy about. Lovely.
Nice. That's probably about 1/2 cup of chopped chives, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice amount. If you want to use more or less, it's entirely up to you. And then I've got some sesame seeds going in there as well. So that's the base of my marinade. Chives really do give it a lovely, fresh smell. Okay, now, Adrian, I've got the mushrooms there, so I'm using butter mushrooms. Now, we'll just give that a good mix through, make sure it's coating all the way, and I'll get you, pass me another spoon. I'm not having a lot of luck with my spoons today.
That's right. But usually you would have a drawer under here and grab the spoons.
Exactly.
Not everyone would lay everything out like we do. You'd sort of go over to the drawer and grab whatever you need. But
yeah. Now, this is the messy part. So I'm using the bamboo skewers.
Is this where you hand it over to me, is it?
I'll help. I'll be a part of this. I like to use these skewers. They're a bit thicker, and also they're a bit easier to poke through to the mushrooms as well.
There we go. And if I get out of hand, you could poke me as well. There we go. So straight through. So you're going through the to the base of it there, all the way through.
Straight through the middle, and I think about 4 mushrooms on each skewer is more than enough. Remember, this is a side, it's an accompaniment, so it's not something that you're going to have as an entire dish. So less is fine when it comes to this type of thing.
So this will sit nicely with my big fat steak or skewers. That looks great. And you've chosen the right skewer, so you've got the right amount on there.
Really simple. A little bit of olive oil on my griddle pan. We know the thermospot's turned to solid red, so it's the perfect temperature to cook my mushrooms.
I could just see when I invite you around for a barbecue, you'll come with your mushrooms with rocket. Beautiful. That looks great, Zoe. Nice and simple.
Really easy. You know, mushrooms are one of my favourite meals, and a good alternative to meat.
There's no alternative to meat. Now I can just pick this up with my skewer. That's really good, Zoe. Really good. I love mushrooms. The marinade's really good, and I know what you mean. If you had to let it sit there for overnight, it would have soaked it all up, but I think it's great just the way it is. Well done.
Thank you. And when it comes to a barbecue, it's all about showcasing great flavours, and I always think natural, beautiful ingredients. Mushrooms are a winner for me.